Hey everybody, welcome back to CreatorCast. We have another awesome episode for you. First, I want to introduce all the guys that are here and some of them that are not here. But we got down in Melbourne, because it's down under, and the not state of Melbourne. It's Scott Viewer and YouTube, and just a little bit north of that is Ben on in Culbara Beach with Gibbs a Minute.
Jeez,
and I'm Danny from Where's Danny Black, and we're really professional here. Like, we are experts at what we do, and we are actually, you know what? I think we need help. I think we need a little bit of help with someone who's been doing this for a little bit, and it's one of the hosts from Hey We're Talking, and it's Scott Donnelly. Reveal yourself, Scott.
I have revealed myself. Hello, guys.
I was hoping there'd be fog coming out, but that's Scott. Scott, where are you at right now?
I am in I'm just going to give the big city, Greenville, South Carolina. So the southeastern part of the United States.
Southeastern. Okay, and he has a channel that's called Hey We're Talking, and it's a channel, it's a podcast. So you guys are on a lot of social media platforms where you get yourself out there. And I mean, I like it when you talk, because you have such a good radio voice. Like, how has nobody heard you and been like, can you work at the radio station here?
Well, I did work in radio a long time ago, but it's radio's not it's another one of those not so glamorous jobs. You think it's going to be exciting. It is, but it's also, I worked at really small radio stations, and I never met anybody famous or anything like that. So, and you don't get to talk.
So that's not.
You don't get to talk when you're on the radio. You just go, okay, that was such and such, and here's the next beat, and then you play the song, and that's it. You're done.
Perfect radio. Perfect radio, man. That's all.
Can I just jump in and say?
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
I was just going to say, Scott, I've only caught one episode of Hey We're Talking, and it's the one that Danny sort of linked out to us all to check out. I just want to say thanks to you guys for the shout out for my channel, and for the nice words you've said. It's really, really nice to hear such beautiful feedback from someone I've never met. And
yeah,
it's a pleasure to have you on our show. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'll just say this: the fact that I knew Danny when he was just like a really bratty kid, mostly teenager. So, and I saw him making these videos, and so I started following him on YouTube, and then I was like, I wonder if he would be on our show. And so I asked him. He said yes. And then I started seeing all you guys. And Scott, I haven't seen your stuff yet, but guess what? Now that I know you, you're next. But I really love watching YouTube videos, and I love seeing people be creative and do different things. And it's fun to me. I spend more time watching YouTube videos than anything else these days.
Me too.
Yeah,
that's true.
Me too.
I don't watch TV. TV's been pushed to the side. Netflix is there, but YouTube is my main source of entertainment, really.
Does anybody watch TV but you're watching YouTube, but you have TV on in the background?
I can't do that. I'm too old. I can't multitask that way. I can only watch one at a time.
I don't even have an antenna. I don't have a connection to terrestrial television. I just don't want to know about it at all.
The problem is I'm like, I don't know if it's this way for you guys. Probably not, but I like sports. So my only way to really see them, especially in the United States, they haven't allowed us to see professional sports without having a subscription to cable or satellite. So it's difficult. So that's my main concern. So that's why I still, all these years later, still have cable and satellite. So
before we go on any further, can we just mention the elephant in the room? Your audio sounds absolutely incredible, Scott. Like your audio is killing all of ours. It's beautiful. What do you do there? It sounds so good.
I don't really do anything that special. I just have like a board. It's a Mackie PROFX12. It's not like it's amazing. It's got USB output in the back, and I've got an iMac. I'm running it into the back of that. And then I just have this Rode Procaster microphone, and that's it. That's all I do. I don't have any Can you make a video? Beautiful. Make a video of that whole setup, and we could put it on CreatorCast. Sure.
Like, I think that a lot of people would love to do that. If you could just do that, we'll send it to us, and we will put it on there, or create your own channel, and we'll throw it in the playlist or something.
I just
like
realized
that.
There's one thing I didn't mention. I have a cloud. I don't even know what this is, how inept I am about what really is happening, but it's something that goes between my microphone and the the board, but it's just like a little box. It doesn't have, it's not, you don't plug it in or anything. There's no power to it. It just takes the.
Oh, it's like a MIDI box. It's like a MIDI USB box that you can also you plug the. Yeah,
No, it actually has
like,
the cables. I think they're. See, this is how stupid I am about this stuff. I think their XLR is the cables that you use for a regular microphone, and it's got that coming out of it's got the this kind in one way and the you know what I'm saying, male female. But the Cloud is just basically like a thing that helps boost the decibel level without putting noise into it. So that's part of the reason that you might hear like a better volume, is because what it's doing is it's raising the decibel level without getting hiss in it. Because a lot of times if you're on the board and you just power up and you keep putting the gain up, you'll get in the background. So that's part of it.
Don't want the snakes.
Because I think we went, and I know a lot of the YouTubers that watch this channel, they want to up their YouTube game, and I think that audio is a huge way to do that. If you're either like me doing some voiceover stuff, or just even talking to the camera, like I think that's a huge I'm turned off big time if the audio is terrible. Like, see ya, I just get out of the channel because it just hurts.
Well,
This is a good example though.
Go ahead.
We've all got different audio right now. Like you've just explained yours. I've just got an SM58 running straight into a little Behringer mixing desk straight into the iMac.
Yep.
Danny, you've just got the ear pods with the little microphone there. That's
just for traveling.
But that's pretty. I mean,
Scott,
that's pretty good even for what he just has. I mean, it is better than a lot of people's audio on stuff. So I'm pretty amazed that that's and it's so far away from his mouth too. That's what's crazy.
That's true. Yeah. What about Scott Muir? What are you doing for audio there?
I've got this blue microphone. It's called. It's this thing here. It was just a pickup from JB Hi-Fi, about $70, and it does the job.
Cool. Can you just lean into that blue and say hello? Like just lean right into the microphone.
Hello.
Oh wow!
See, it's like you need it really close to your mouth, like Scott does.
That came quite clear when you were closer to it.
I'll just stand like this for the rest of the show.
Too close.
You could just put it in front of you and it would, or get a boom. You can get a little boom thing like this.
Yeah, I love that thing. That's a good thing. I use it for my overhead rig.
But this Rode Procaster, it was only $229 US, so I don't know how to convert that, but it's not too bad. Like Bob on our show, he has a Shure SMB7, which is like that's like broadcast professional kind of stuff. Like Michael Jackson recorded his whole entire album with his Shure SMB7. I believe it was for Thriller. And so it's a good microphone, but it's like $500.
It doesn't come in clear, Like it always.
Yeah.
I don't know
what to do. I think that's why I was going to say one of the things I was going to mention was like I didn't know if you guys use Skype or Google Hangouts, but I think if somebody somewhere could figure out, and you guys may have figured it out for me, so this might be exciting because you record the show a little differently than I do. I just do like split screen. But now that I know you guys are doing separate tracks, I'm going to try that because the biggest difficulty I have with the two guys, because we have 3 people on our show, the biggest difficulty is getting their volume to match mine because on Skype call recorder, it just grabs those two and puts them together and me separately. So if
we figured it out,
if Bob is like,
tell him what we do.
Yeah. So what we do is we all record everyone's track and then send them all to whoever's editing, and we just don't use the ones that we don't need, and we get the audio, the clean desk audio or local audio from each person. The only way it doesn't work is when someone like Scott Muir, who's on a PC, doesn't have access to Ecamm Recorder because it's Mac only. But sure, there's programs out there that he probably could use instead. But if you all record locally, you're good to go.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is both the guys that we do our show with, they both have PCs. And but I think the biggest thing for me is if somebody could figure that out for Scott. Like, how about this? Microsoft, hello, if you're watching the show, figure out how to make it so that when people record shows on Skype, they can take each person's audio separately. And if they want to sponsor CreatorCast, Microsoft, there you go.
I feel like that should be a program within Skype anyway. Like Skype, you shouldn't have to buy an external program. It should be part of the package to to do this.
I feel like
a lot of people
would probably
podcasts.
use that Skype recorder in a different way.
You think?
That you
I have no idea.
Oh, well, that's why I bought it initially 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Consenting adults doing their things.
Let's move on. So hey, we're talking. They have their channels on iTunes, podcast, and then YouTube, and we'll link all that stuff below. But is that tough? Like having so many different things. Like we just have YouTube. We thought about going the podcast route, but then we're like, it's so hard to gauge your audience because you just have no idea. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I think so. Bob is kind of like our guy who does a lot of gets us onto different things. So what he did is
and we will have him on this channel. Like in the future, we'll have him on as well at some point. So
he's not as amazing as I am, but I mean, I guess you could have him on. Let's be real. If he wants to be,
he's got the better microphone.
I think he's probably actually going to be mad at me because I'm on the show before him. Because
we love you, Bob.
He said something one time. He was like, "Hey, I think I'm going to be on that CreatorCast show someday." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And I just kind of sloughed it off. And then all of a sudden, Danny's like, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I kept thinking to myself, "Wait a minute, has Bob been on the show yet?"
Stop. So just so you know, before you go on with this, I asked Bob already.
Oh, you asked him first. Okay, so I'm second fiddle. I get it. Okay.
Because I knew. No, you're not second fiddle. I knew that he'd be crushed if I didn't ask him first.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. You did that because I mean, let's be real. I'm the talent on the show, right?
You don't want to have to change your channel to "Hey, we're arguing."
We already do that. We already do that pretty much every time. Anyway, so we're on all this different stuff because Bob just goes out and finds all the different places that we can put the podcast, and then you just submit it basically. So I mean, you have to have people use like Lisbon or we use Podbean, and once you have a hosting site, it's all about just submitting it to all the places where you can do podcasts. It's not that difficult. But YouTube's a totally different animal.
Yeah.
Did you start with that as a podcast and then you transitioned to YouTube, or was it YouTube then the podcast?
We did YouTube from the very beginning because this show, Hey, We're Talking, kind of birthed out of a different show that I met all these guys. So you guys have all met because of, doing YouTube videos and stuff like that. All these guys that I met were originally because I wanted to learn how to smoke a pipe. As stupid as that sounds, I wanted to learn how to smoke like a tobacco pipe. And tobacco, not wacky tobacco, just regular tobacco. And so I went onto YouTube and I looked up what do I need? How do I get started? And so I started. There's this whole community of pipe guys on YouTube, and they made these videos. They just sit there. I won't say it. Anyway, they smoke pipes and they talk and they just tell you about the different tobaccos that they smoke and stuff. So I reached out to a couple of guys, and pretty soon I made really good friendships with some of these dudes on YouTube. And I just thought, this is so bizarre that I'm meeting these people from all over the United States, and a guy from Australia, by the way. And so from that, we decided we all liked craft beer. So we were like, hey, let's do a show called The Beer and Backy Show. So we did this show called The Beer and Backy Show. It was fun, but it was a little... I stopped smoking and all this kind of stuff because I was like, this is not good for me. So I stopped doing that. And then eventually it just became kind of we weren't into it. So Bob and I just said, hey, would you be interested? I told him, I was like, would you like to do a podcast? And he was like, I would love to do a podcast. And then Derek was another guy that we met through pipe smoking, and we kind of made friends with him.
Excuse me.
I was going to say, you have a visitor.
Come on in and say hi. It's my mother.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Talking to the mic.
Hi, Mum.
Hello. How are you?
She has no mic etiquette.
Good.
Can't even see. I haven't got my glasses on.
She's gone shopping.
I'm just going shopping.
All right.
You probably walked. Okay. You probably walked in on Ben on doing worse in his room, but.
I kind of thought that might happen eventually. Mum would pop in. I do live with my mother at the moment. It's a change in my lifestyle due to a situation that's arisen. It's not permanent, but she's a lovely lady. And why would I not like to spend my beautiful time down here? Culburra Beach is literally over the way there.
I was going to say, it's
Mom.
Not a horrible situation you live in on the ocean, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. Sorry to butt in with all that.
No, that's okay. So basically, the whole point of it is that's how we came up with the podcast idea, and we were already doing YouTube for Beer and Backy's show, and so we just transitioned right into YouTube, and then I said, we should do this audio only also, so that's what we did, and that was it. That's basically how it all began.
So they do 3 shows a week. They do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And,
yep.
They record every episode live, right?
Yeah. I don't edit it.
Yeah,
I try. No. Oh, you're trying to say no. We do. We try to do 3 at a time because it's just with schedules and everything. Everybody's busy.
You just gotta do what you gotta do. You can't beat that. But your channel's growing and it's good. Yeah. Sorry, Scotty, Australia.
And none of you guys had YouTube channels before. Like this was your first channel besides the Beer and Pipe one?
Nope, we did. We all had separate channels through Beer and Backy show. Through Beer and Backy, we did that, and then Derek, by the way, the guy that we pick on almost through the entire show every time, he has like
he's the cool one.
He has like 2,500 subscribers. And he just sits there and smokes pipes and talks about tobacco and stuff. It's the listen. No offense, Derek, but it's the most boring crap I've ever seen in my life. But he has 2,500 subscribers, so he's the only reason. Like when we had kind of an uptick in subscribers recently on his channel. He was doing like a big giveaway for his 2,500 subscribers or whatever it was. He likes to brag about it, but basically, he was doing a giveaway. He was giving a pipe away to his subscribers. And so he said they had to go. He didn't say they had to. He said, go check out my show. Hey, we're talking. So all of a sudden, this one day, we got like 30 or 40 new subscribers. And he just loved that he got 40 people to subscribe to our show. So thank you, Derek.
Nice. Hey, that's a good idea. That's a good idea for us on CreatorCast on our individual channels.
That's what I was going to say. You guys have a pretty good following. I would just tell people, hey, we're doing the show. Go check it out. And some people, out of curiosity, for sure, are going to do it. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But we all had separate, we all had separate channels. I took all my pipe stuff down, but so I don't have anything on mine right now, but we all had separate channels.
I find that really interesting because, like, I thought maybe you just jumped headfirst into it and started uploading on YouTube, doing your podcast. So, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. And I'm sorry.
It's a real test. It's a real testament to YouTube that something as what I would perceive as being quite simple, how to smoke a pipe. I don't know the logistics of pipe smoking. I've smoked a little bit of the. No, we won't go down that path. But to have that platform on YouTube where people can research something as, smoking a pipe, and now you guys are all good mates with a show. I love this platform for that. It's incredible.
The thing that's even crazier about that is the way that we really solidified the relationships was we started talking to each other over this. I don't know if anybody's heard of this. It's called Voxer. It's an app on iPhone and Android, and basically it's just like a walkie-talkie almost. Like you leave messages for each other.
Oh, yeah.
So we started just talking to each other over Voxer, and then there were these pipe shows and meetups all over the United States. We started showing up and hanging out and drinking beers together and having fun. And then when we started doing the Beer and Backy show, people said, hey, will you come do the show at this pipe show? Do it live. I mean, it was a train wreck. It was a disaster because it's a bunch of drunk people smoking pipes coming in like, hey, I am on your show right now. And I'm like, yeah, thanks a lot. You're ruining it. But that's how we all became friends, was meeting up at these things and just spending time together. So Bob's like one of my best friends in the world, and I met him probably like 2-3 years ago at a pipe show in Chicago. There you go.
Awesome.
From YouTube.
So
Yep.
You met him at the show and then from YouTube.
Yep, that was the first time I saw him face to face, was in Chicago.
That's cool. Then that's what we're doing here, and I think that's awesome. I think that it's so cool to like now Scott America is friends with Scott Australia and more friends with Ben on, and it's just a good way to keep a good community growing, because I think that you can get lost in YouTube pretty easily with a lot of like the big time YouTubers, and then you just see the comments that go on below that are just they kind of destroy your day because you're like, why are people so stupid? And then when you have a big community of people together, it brings you together. It makes it feel good. Like, okay, this is what I'm doing this for. And that's kind of the point, it's like we're a gentleman's club,
Yeah. Well, That's kind of in America. A gentleman's club is not a good thing. It's a strip club.
Yes,
in America, anyway. But maybe nobody in America is seeing this, and they won't be like, "Are they going to a strip club?" No, we're not.
We should record this live from a strip club. Is that why you're getting that?
Yes, yeah. I think we'd get more views. That's for sure.
It probably would.
Yeah,
You get a good thumbnail out of that one.
Yes, you would.
To touch on the whole like sitting in front of a camera, smoking a pipe, and talking, and you growing an audience. I think that's one thing I really want to hammer on to the YouTubers that are watching now too, and you guys can all help me like reiterate this: is that when you have something that you're doing, just do that, and your audience will grow because you watch a bunch of people go and then they change their topics and they change like what they're doing and their style, and it's hard. You won't keep growing an audience. Like it's just important to. Like for you guys, you just get on and you talk about certain subjects, and if people don't like it, whatever, they're not going to stay, but you will grow an audience eventually, and just like smoking a pipe. And Benon, yours is random, Benon, but you're doing a consistent 4 minutes a day and just daily, or doing a vlog of whatever you're doing, and Scott doing abandoned buildings, and me, I don't really know. Maybe I'm screwing myself up because I just don't even know what I'm doing right here.
Oh, he's got a visitor too.
Oh, here comes Danny's mom.
It's my grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa.
G-Dad. You could say it's G-Daddy.
Hello.
G-Daddy, what's
Hey,
up?
G-Daddy.
G-Daddy.
Do you need
Gotta talk into the mic.
phone?
He's got a question.
Oh, here, you could take that. I'm sure that's fine.
Oh,
I
no.
think I'm still connected to.
See you, G-Daddy.
His phone here in
Okay.
Idaho Falls as my tethered. So
Okay.
we're all right.
Hey,
They're
G-Daddy.
saying bye.
He looks, dude. He
is
looks
so
like
funny.
your dad
That is
so
awesome.
much.
Yeah,
I love special guests like that, little pop-ins.
That
Like
is
my
pretty
mum and
good.
G-Daddy.
Hey,
Well, let's wrap this up before I lose my connection.
Can I just say one
Maybe,
thing though,
yeah.
Danny, about what you said? I think the real key is just consistency, because Derek, I made fun of him for his channel, but Derek, he uploads consistently and he talks about a certain subject and it works for him. I think people just want to see who you are, and if they see you consistently, you'll get people to watch. There's no doubt about it.
100%
true.
agree.
That's very good.
I'd add authenticity
Yeah.
to that as well. Yeah, have to be authentic.
Yeah.
As soon as you start pretending you're someone and acting up and making this fake persona, the moment you can't fulfill that and you start to tail off, people see straight through it.
Yeah.
So
Unless you're one of the Jake
Absolutely.
Paul or whatever those people. I mean, they act like fools, so who knows?
yeah, that's a whole topic for discussion there. I feel like
That's a
dig
topic
into.
on Hey We're Talking. We'll come over to
Yeah.
Hey We're Talking and do that discussion.
Okay.
Sure, sounds great.
Well, anyways, thanks for being here. And Hey We're Talking. Check them out in the description below, and write any comments that you'd like to ask. Any
Ignore the
questions that
haters.
you'd like to
That's
talk
all
about.
I can tell you. Ignore the haters.
And we're here for you guys watching. We do this for you guys, and I think we do it for ourselves too because it's kind of fun. And we'll try to up our quality and microphones. And Scott, you give us a nice little review on all that stuff and how to do it, and we'll be set. Scott America, by the way, not Scott Australia.
Although
we got
Scott
some.
Australia,
Okay.
we love you too, man. Don't let Danny pick on you like that.
I know. I'm. Yeah. Come on, Danny. It's you're getting me emotional now.
I just realized that you don't have a All right. Anyways, that's it. We're done. And to finish the show, we like to take our imaginary headphones or real headphones off. If I take these ones off,
Oh,
it stops
wait a
recording.
sec. We have to do the Scott America has to leave, and then we discuss a little bit about him afterwards. That's our little thing.
Oh, let's talk about him.
So if you want to hang up, we'll say farewell. If you
Okay.
hang up, and then we'll talk to you again afterwards. But just hang up for now.
I'm gonna
and then
hang
we'll,
up.
End out,
In 3,
and then we'll end our show.
2, 1.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, I
America.
didn't hang up. Oops.
No, you hang up. No, you.
Hey,
hang up.
he was talking. I wanted to say that. Awesome! What a great guy.
Yeah, that was awesome. He's cool. Like it's almost he's so good at hosting too, and it's just like I wanted him to take over and just do it himself. Like please go over and check out his channel and watch those guys talk and just be a part of the conversation, because it's awesome because they talk about me a bunch and it's weird. Like I just want to. I'm like, wow, they're talking about me. Even I don't know. It's cool. I don't know where to go with that.
Like it's
Yeah.
something that I didn't realize really existed before we started doing this. That there are other people doing similar sort of podcast style stuff, and it's really interesting. I hope we can expand on it and get some others on eventually.
I felt
awesome.
like when we were listening to him, I felt like I could have just sat back and like let the show run for an hour and a half. He's very very intriguing and very thought like. He makes you want to listen to him just by the way he speaks.
Yeah. You have to go check it out.
Work.
And I think Ben, you'll probably be on as a guest. Be on as a guest sometime, and then Scott's getting tired. Scott Australia is getting tired.
I need a Red Bull, man.
I'm very keen.
Same. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for being here and being part of the conversation. And we are done. We are out. See you next time.
See you, folks.
See ya. Oh, God.